Good night everyone. Today is Thursday around 9:15 p.m. and we're gonna go with a daily technical video day. Guys, this market are getting very interesting, guys. We call early the day. We make the trade on the euro, then we make the trade on the CAD. We end in positive for the day. But we, as a company, we would like to wait a little bit before start making decisions or getting a BIOS. The BIOS is being tested to the maximum that you can get it. And I'll be honest with you guys, I need to wait because this market is possible doing the biggest trap I ever done, or this market is ready for Armageddon. I'm gonna tell you the truth right here. If this is happening, this is gonna be Armageddon, guys. Now, let's start over with the S&P, which is the maximum barometer of risk. What we were expecting was a triangle here that looks good until Monday. We were expecting a triangle to drop, to go, instead of drop to going higher. On Tuesday, it broke below the triangle here and the 1260 area. Then we presented the other count, which is also bullish, when it was a B-way triangle, and then now it goes lower in the C-way of a flag. Possible. What I don't like, two things. The first, this trend line that can send the lows on March of 2009, it was broken to the downside, but it's gonna close unless something happens tomorrow. On the weekly basis, it's gonna close below the trend line. That's telling me to be careful and wait before decide which data or which BIOS we're gonna take. Now, that's the only possible bullish count which do not look good. There is another count that this is a three-way, this is W, is doing the S-way now to go higher, but I doubt it because these things right here, it looks good as a 5. So again, much data is needed before making any type of solution or any type of, if you put it that way, any type of decision which side the market's gonna go. Now, let's move on to the S&P, but in the dailies. And I'm gonna show you the bullish count. When I've been mentioning this for a while, it was the ending diagonal here, and then there was 1, a 2, 1, 2, and the biggest sales at all. This is the, if this is true, which is getting strong, guys, I don't get in divergence here yet. If this is true, we are gonna see the biggest recession that human beings or humankind had ever seen. I guarantee you that that's gonna be the biggest recession that the humankind had ever seen. It's gonna be a catastrophe. The Dow Jones is gonna get to the below 500. That's, I don't know, I don't want to see it. I've been telling this for a while, and it looks like we're close, or maybe it's happening. I see panic. Look at the S&P, 60-point lowers. That's a lot of points. That's a lot of points in one day in the S&P. That reminds 2008. So keep that in mind with the S&P. We're waiting for the S&P to clear the path. Now let's move on to the same S&P, but in the 4-hour chart, and I'm showing you guys the bullish count in the 4-hour. The reason why is because I want to show you something. This move, which is right here in the bullish count, is the C-way, is gonna end one day. When that move ends, we're gonna get a bounce, because something that have Elliott wave is that after 5 waves it comes for 3, and then when that bounce happen, we're gonna be able to see if real or is fake. When that bounce happen, we're gonna be able to see if this is real or this is fake. If this is real and the bounce is corrective, because like I say on the seminar, on the forum, this level is getting close right there. The 2618 is at the 1193 area, and expecting a bounce that's always happening in the 618. If that bounce relate with this top right here, game is over, and we need to find ways to become a dollar bull. Alright, now let's move on to the dollar now on the long time periods. This is the dollar in the dailies. It looks corrective right here, I don't deny that, and it still looks corrective. Now, there is no leading diagonal in the dollar index. Why? Because we print here below this low right here. That's very important, and this cannot be a nest. So that's why we are still holding a dollar bearish view. Why? Because there is no way that this become bullish. No way. Nice candle today, and agree, maybe more tomorrow, maybe more after. We need to wait and see. Do not look now like a euro still can be called within a type of leading diagonal, but the dollar looks like it break higher. Do not look like a wave 2. Now the dollar looks like it did like a type of flat, and it's gonna keep going higher in a flat, something like the cat or something like that. We need data, guys. You cannot trade until you get a nice bias of the market. Today's market is shake the bias, and you need to wait. That's an advice as a professional that I give it to you guys. There is no need to trade every day. Now let's move on to the euro. This is what we presented on the daily in the euro. Still, we're seeing it as a corrector channel until, like I say, until this trend line is whole, you have to present it as a corrector channel. Now, which alternative you have? First one, the one that we're showing now, is this, and then we're going lower to W. It looks like it's gonna make it in a way like a double zigzag. It did right here. It looks like it's gonna make 7 ways down here. Now, this is very hard to call it as a bearish. Very hard. To be honest with you guys, very hard to call that bearish. So I'm thinking that the only way that this can be the top 49.40 is 1, 2, 3, 4, and a new low right here and break of the trend line is gonna require this, and the euro is gonna drop. That's possible. Still, I would rather seeing the dollar structure, because the euro respect this high, the dollar didn't. So the euro still can be called as a leading diagonal. The dollar can. So that's telling me that in some degree the dollar should break the low of 72.70, like we've been saying for the one right now. The euro allowed a different structure than the dollar. That's why we're holding the buyers, right? That's in the case of the euro. Now the euro short 10 in a 1 hour, we labeling like this. This unless it get acceleration. This looks corrective. We got A, sorry my bad, this goes right here, a flat B, and then we got another 5 ways down, another flat, and this looks like it needs one more low. So that's what the euro is doing. I want you to point out to you guys that it's very weird, very weird, that with the sell-off that we got in oil, with the sell-off that we got in the stock market or the index S&Ps, the euro hasn't set off at all, technically. Alright, it dropped from 143 to 140, it dropped 300 pips, but right here, the structure, this is a set off. This is powerful. You see the candles? They are not very powerful candles, and that's my point. Why? So I would rather wait, right, on the euro to make a decision. Let me show you now Aussie, which I believe is showing one of the clearest structures in the whole market. I believe that Aussie in some degrees is about to bounce. I still calling the flat, and I think that it's gonna go to and below 103 to end. I was expecting wave 3 to end in Aussie around 104, but it got extended there. So what we need in Aussie is 5-way lowers. So far all we got is 3-way, so we need to wait. Or not, we need to wait. All we're gonna do now, guys, for tomorrow and the rest of the week, it looks like it's gonna be trading or trading wave 4s, because we didn't get it at the top, and then all we need to do now is trading the wave 4 pullback, which my system is pretty good. You gotta wait, have patience, because then you can get in trouble. Now look at pound. Again, pound, it looks like this right here, a 5-way move. It needs 3 back after 5 and 3, unless this is part of the flat like the euro, because it can be part of the flat like a euro when you got A right here, and then you got 3, 3 and 5, and then going lower. That's also very possible. I want you guys to understand that that's possible. So guys, let me show you the cat, blood of the cat today. Thank God that we saved those pigs today in the cat, because like I always say, guys, I'm never afraid to cut a trade. I want you guys to see the experience that you experienced today. I caught it. As soon as I noticed that I was on the wrong side of the market, I caught the trade. That's the way that trading needs to be done. Look, very easy cat. 1, 2, 1, 2, with probably ending wave 3 at the moment. Fever was pretty good right there. A 1618 right there. And then we should go trade lower to around 97.50 area before going higher again. It looks, this is a 3-way move. It cannot be 5. This is a well-defined 3-way move, also pointing out and structure when the dollar is gonna get weak after. So let's leave everything there. Let me cover oil before I go. 1 second. Tomorrow is the non-5 payroll. The market tomorrow is gonna be shake it up again, and all you need, guys, this is a trick that I can show you guys as a trader. When things goes like it was this week, the first things that you need to do, guys, is define a bias. After the bias, you start trading again. Oil, you got A, B, C. We always knew that this was a triangle in the middle. A, B, C. A, B, C. And then now we're going lower in A. I'm sorry, in weight S. We're going now in the Y way. Now, if you want to count it bearish, very weird, this needs to be 1, this needs to be 2, this needs to be another 1, a flat wave 2 right here, another 1, another 2, another 1, another 2, too many nests. And why I always tell you guys when I see too many nests, I would rather go with this. If we go in oil to the weekly, oil weekly, we should be now on the B way. I remember mentioning on the seminar the other day, because I didn't like the decline that was happening, and I mentioned on the seminar that there was still a chance that I mentioned in the seminar, we're still saying that wave B has not ended yet. There is a channel that if you put it here, it's gonna be tested pretty soon. That channel. And then put it this way, guys, the Armageddon is about to define himself. All you guys need to do is wait a little bit and we're gonna be fine. The breaking of this channel is it's gonna be brutal. So let's wait for around 84 area, which I mentioned on Sunday, and even 76. 76, it makes me nervous because it's breaking a channel on the B wave. So again, nothing that we can do now than wait and wait for the market to define which way he wants to go. All right, so let's leave it there. Get back to you guys later. Thanks.